It is time now for a heart-to-heart and a look at a troubling symptom that you may overlook. If you find yourself getting winded more easily when you do everyday tasks that used to be manageable, from walking upstairs to working out, it could be something to discuss with your doctor. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Darien Sutton, is here to explain. I think most people can relate to this. You're walking up a flight of stairs, you're a little bit out of breath, you just brush it off. When is it a concern?
It's a common question, especially when I'm in the emergency room. I was just in the emergency room this week and having the same conversation, so I'm so happy we're bringing this up. Shortness of breath can be normal or physiologic. That's what we call breathlessness. That's when you're exerting yourself, when you're doing normal activity. The problem comes in when it comes out when you're not exerting yourself or when you're at rest, and it can signal a real problem. And the reason why providers and doctors like myself are so key on this specific symptom is because it can signal heart disease. But aside from heart disease, other emergencies with, for example, your lungs, like a blood clot. It can also signal metabolic disturbances, which can be severe and are often missed early on because we just assume it's just shortness of breath.
Lots of folks think that getting out of breath, getting winded means they're out of shape. What are the signs that indicate that it's actually something more serious?
Great question. So let's talk about when shortness of breath should happen. So when you're exerting yourself, number one, and when it should be relieved. So when you're resting, it should recover quickly. You should also understand that when you can having shortness of breath, you should be able to still speak with short phrases. When you're not able to speak, that is a real red flag. And then again, most importantly, it improves as your fitness improves. If you're finding that you're going to the gym and you're continuing to work out and you're doing everything right, but you're still feeling out of breath when you climb a flight of stairs, that can signal something sinister, like heart disease, like heart failure. And again, these are often misdiagnosed early on.
So when should you get it checked out? And then how are they going to check it out?
Yeah, so paying attention to those red flags. So number one, if you're having shortness of breath without exertion, or if you're finding that you're just short of breath watching TV, or you're finding that you're having to think about breathing, those are what we call signs of air hunger. And those are real reasons why you should get checked out. Again, aside from heart disease, aside from lung problems, it can also be a metabolic disturbance. For example, if your blood sugar is really high, your blood becomes acidic and our bodies compensate by breathing faster. And so all of these reasons are reasons why doctors like myself get concerned. Now, what tests should you look forward to? Number one, a comprehensive exam will test your oxygen, your blood pressure, your heart rate, but then you should expect additional tests. And this is how I work up patients in the emergency room. We often do an EKG to see your heart rhythm because arrhythmias or abnormal rhythms can lead to shortness of breath. And we also test your blood. For example, anemia. My patients who are young women who have heavy menstrual periods often don't realize that anemia often presents as shortness of breath.
Can I tell you that that's how I always knew I was pregnant? I would go up the stairs at our old studios and get out of breath. I'd be like,
It's a great signal, and you make a great point. If you're doing things that you can't do things that you normally would do without breathing normally or with breathing normally, you need to check in with your provider to make sure it's something more than that.
That is so good. Dr. Darien Sutton, thank you so much. Ginger, that is hilarious. Very relatable.